Now, there's a war breaking out with interest rates. The banks are fighting each other to see who can drop rates the fastest, and they're dropping rates even before the RBA drops rates. So the RBA meets in about 5 days' time. In 5 days' time, they will discuss and make the decision, will there be another official rate cut? Now, it's highly anticipated that they will cut rates by 25 basis points in 5 days' time. However, NAB has just made a big move and dropped their fixed home loan rates ahead of this meeting, before this meeting. So NAB is getting on the front foot. Now, over the last 3 to 4 months prior to all the rate cuts starting, the banks have been proactively cutting their fixed rates prior to the RBA meeting. This just goes to show that we've got some good competition here to see who can actually offer the lowest rates. They're after market share. They want market share. They realize that people are hunting for a new loan to get onto a lower rate, and banks such as NAB are actually looking to cut those rates ahead of the RBA. This is good for homeowners, this is good for mortgage holders, and this is actually good for those wanting to borrow money. Hey guys, Kuru here. Welcome back to your daily property update, where I help you stay one step ahead in Australia's ever-changing housing market so you can invest like a property insider. And today's update is all about NAB, one of the big four banks, and what they've just done that could seriously impact your mortgage. NAB has just made a major play in the home loan space. They've slashed fixed rates across the board. 5.19% per annum for owner-occupiers on a 2-year fixed term with LVR up to 80%, 5.34% per annum for investors fixing for 2 years with LVR up to 70%, or 6.95% if LVR is 70 to 80%. Those LVRs are not that hard to achieve if you've had equity growth in the last 2 to 3 years on your investment property. Let me put that in perspective. These are now the lowest fixed rates offered by any of the big four banks. Here's how the other banks compare. ANZ also offering 5.19% fixed for 2 years. CBA is actually sitting at 5.89%. Westpac sitting at 5.59%. So NAB isn't just reacting, they're leading the fixed rate war. What does this mean in dollars? Let's talk numbers. If you're an owner occupier with a $600,000 loan and you manage to lock in a 0.25% rate reduction like this, that's around $90 a month back in your pocket. Got a $1 million mortgage? That's $150 a month saved. Over a year, that's nearly $1,800. Over 2 years, that's a family holiday paid for. However, what you want to be doing is putting this against your home loan so that you can reduce that debt as fast as possible. So why is NAB moving early? The big reason is inflation. Australia's annual inflation has now dropped to 2.1% headline and 2.7 trim mean, well within the RBA's 2 to 3% target range. That has everyone, markets, banks, and economists betting hard on another RBA rate cut next week. So they want to get ahead of this rate cut so they can be seen as market leaders. They can win market share in the home loan mortgage market. NAB are predicting a rate cut next week. The economics team is forecasting the cash rate to fall 3.6% by September, 3.35% by December, and 3.1% by March 2026. So what NAB is doing now is getting ahead of the curve. We're seeing the clearest signs yet that the tide is turning in the mortgage market. Rates are dropping, inflation is under control, and banks like NAB are putting competitive pressure on the rest of the big four. If you're feeling the cost of living squeeze, now might be your last chance to lower your repayments, unlock better deals, and position yourself before the rest of the market catches up. Thanks everyone, I'm Scott Kuru, coming to you from Freedom HQ. This is your daily property update. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.